This video explains use of calculus in defense planning. In this video, you will understand how to use calculus in defining country's competitive defense strategy. The amount of money which a country can invest on defense is determined by the size of its economy, that is GDP. Bigger the economy, greater is the country's ability to spend on defense. Let us create a mathematical model for rate of growth of economy with respect to economy of the country and its defense expenditure. Simplistically, it can be modeled as rate of growth is equal to constant times current GDP minus the defense expenditure. Mathematically, it can be represented as f dash of t is equal to k times f of t minus dt. Here t represents time measured in years, f dash t is rate of change of GDP. K is the constant, coefficient determining the pace of the normal economic growth. dt is the defense expenditure. Defense expenditure of a country is considered to be a fraction of its GDP. Thus, the equation will become dt is equal to A into capital A of t. Now substituting the values in the above formula, which is f dash of t is equal to constant times f of t minus dt, and integrating both sides, we get a of t is equal to a naught times e raised to the power k minus a times t. Here a naught represents the initial value of GDP. Let us assume country A and country B are competing with each other. To keep balance of power, they will invest equally in defense. Let us now understand how country A can use calculus to economically devastate country B. Consider country A having its GDP A of t is equal to a naught times e raised to the power k minus a t. Let 10 trillion be the initial GDP and 10% be the growth rate of country A. Assume 4% of the GDP be the expenditure on defense. A of t is equal to 10 trillion times e raised to the power 60. Country B has to match defense expenditure and assume its growth rate is 2.5%. Hence B dash of t is equal to L times B naught minus a constant times its fraction times capital A into e raised to the power k minus a t. Here small l is the growth rate of the country B and B naught is 10 trillion, its initial GDP value. Integrating both sides of B dash t is equal to L times B naught minus coefficient of fraction times capital A into e raised to the power k minus a t. From 0 to t, we get bt is equal to e raised to the power lt in bracket B naught minus integral of a into a naught times e raised to the power k minus a minus l times t from 0 to t, wherein bt is equal to e raised to the power lt in bracket b naught minus a into a naught times e raised to the power k minus a minus l times t minus 1 divided by k minus a minus l. Now putting the values, we get bt is equal to e raised to the power 2.5 times t, 10 trillion minus 4 times 10 trillion e raised to the power 3.5 times t minus 1 divided by 3.5. Country B will get economically devastated when its GDP becomes zero due to the defense expenditure. Solving this, we understand that country B does not have an economic existence after 17 years. This is how calculus can be used in determining defense expenditure and strategy.
created using Powtoon.